nominal at 17 seconds, leading up to the ignition sequence at 8.9 seconds. We're approaching the 60-second mark on the Apollo 11 mission. T-minus 60 seconds and counting. We passed T-minus 60. 55 seconds and counting. Neil Armstrong just reported back. It's been a real smooth countdown. We passed the 50-second mark. Power transfer is complete. We're on internal power with the launch vehicle at this time. 40 seconds away from the Apollo 11 liftoff. All the second stage tanks now pressurized. 35 seconds and counting. We are still go with Apollo 11. 30 seconds and counting. Astronauts report it feels good. T-minus 25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11. Tower clear.
We got a roll program. Neil Armstrong reporting the roll and pitch program, which puts Apollo 11 on proper heading. Plus 30 seconds. Roll complete and ignition provision. One round. Altitude's 2 miles. Oh, 11 Houston, you're good at 1 minute. Downrange at 1 mile, altitude 3, 4 miles now. Velocity 2,195 feet per second. 11 Houston, thrust is go. All engines, you're looking good. Hi, Roger. You're loud and clear, Houston. We're through the region of maximum dynamic pressure now. 11 Houston, your guidance is converged. You're looking good. Set 8 miles downrange, 12 miles high. Velocity 4,000 feet per second. Stand by for mode 1, Charlie. Mark, mode 1, Charlie. 1, Charlie. Cliff Charlesworth taking a staging status. This is Houston, you are go for staging. Tower's on. Roger, tower. Inboard cutoff. Inboard engines out. I'm inboard cutoff. Houston, be advised the visual is go today. This is Houston, roger out. Yeah, they finally gave me a window to look out.
I think certainly to go as far away as the moon and look back on the Earth certainly does affect your perspective. And then when you see it, tiny as your thumbnail held out in front of you at arm's length, that sort of gets your attention. A beautiful sight, tiny, pristine, blue and white, very fragile-looking object, shining like a beautiful little headlight out there in the black velvet of space. It does change your perspective. It makes you think that we have to take better care of this little fragile entity, because it is fragile.
Apollo 11, this is Houston. Slightly less than 1 minute to ignition, and everything is go.
Roger, Apollo 11's go.
Ignition. We confirm ignition, and the thrust is go. Apollo 11, this is Houston at 1 minute. Trajectory and guidance looks good, and the stage is good.
Apollo 11. We're showing velocity 35,570 feet per second.
Apollo 11, this is Houston. Around 3.5 minutes. You're still looking good. Your predicted cutoff is right on the nominal.
Roger, Apollo 11's go. We're showing velocity 35,570 feet per second. Altitude 177 nautical miles.
Apollo 11, this is Houston. You are go at 5 minutes.
Roger, Apollo 11's go.
Apollo 11, this is Houston. Your go for separation. Our system's recommendation is arm both spiral buses, over.
Okay, spiral B coming armed. My intent is to use bottle primary one as per the checklist, therefore I just turned day on.
Roger, we concur with the logic.
All right, Neil, we need to rotate the spacecraft now. Okay, we got the Eagle in view. Moving forward. Meters. 15 meters. 10 meters. 8 meters. 6. 5 meters. 3. 2 meters. 1 meter. Okay, we got the Eagle in view. Moving forward. Meters. 8 meters. 6. 5 meters. 3. 2 meters. 1 meter. And capture.
Apollo 11, this is Houston. Radio check, over.
Roger, we've got the high gain locked on now, I believe, auto tracking now.
Okay, you're coming in loud and clear, but Mike is just barely readable.
Hello, it's Neil. How are you reading, Mike?
Loud and clear now, Mike, and we understand that you are docked.
That's fine. Houston, we're ready for LEM ejection.
Roger, go for LEM ejection.
Thank you.
Apollo 11, this is Houston, over.
Roger, Houston, Apollo 11, go ahead.
Roger, could you give us some comments on how the transposition and docking went, over?
Yeah, I thought it went pretty well, Houston, although I expect I used more gas than I've been using in the simulator. Except for using a little more gas, and I'd be interested in your numbers on that. Everything went nominally.
This is Houston. Roger, we copy.
Eagle Houston, the alignment and the initialization look good to us, over. Roger, thank you. Eagle Houston, would you have Columbia go to the high gain, yaw 0, pitch -20, over? There you go, 1 minute till take. You guys take care. See you later. Apollo 11, Houston, we are go for undocking, over. Roger, understand. Roger, Eagle, undock. Roger, how does it look? Eagle has wings. Roger. Eagle, Houston, we see you on the steerable, over. I do believe you got thrusters on board that vehicle. Okay, you got it. Do it, native. Roger, let us know when you're ready to copy. We have a DOI pad and a PDI pad, over.
Guidance says we're go. Coming up on 5 minutes to ignition, Gene Kranz getting a go, no-go for descent.
Okay, all flight controllers, I'm going around the horn. Make your go, no-go's based on the data you had for an LOS. See, we got it back. Give you another few seconds. We're going, fine. Okay, retro, go. Vital, go. Guide, go. Control, go. Telcom, go. GNC, go. Ecom, go. Surgeon, go. Capcom, we're go to continue TDI.
Altitude 5,200 feet. Altitude 4,200.
Finger go for landing, over.
Roger, understand. Go for landing. 3,000 feet. Stop alarm. 1201. 1201. Roger, 1201 alarm. 2,000 feet. 2,000 feet. Into the altitude 1,600. Roger. 1,400 feet. 7 degrees. Very good.
Roger, 1202. We got 321 down.
540 feet down under 3,000. Altitude 5,200 feet. Altitude 4,200.
Finger go for landing, over.
Roger, understand. Go for landing. 3,000 feet. Stop alarm. 1201. 1201.
Roger, 1201 alarm.
2,000 feet. 2,000 feet. Into the ag. 47 degrees.
Roger.
47 degrees. Altitude 60. I'll leave it flew. Relay to us. See if they got me now. I got good signal strength and flew.
Okay, you should have me now, Houston. Eagle, we got you now. It's looking good, over. Eagle, Houston, after yaw around, angled S-band pitch, -9er, yaw, +18.
Altitude 5,200 feet. Manual attitude control is good.
Roger, copy.
Altitude 4,200.
Houston, you're a go for landing, over.
Roger, understand. Go for landing. 3,000 feet. Stop alarm. 1201.
1201. Roger, 1201 alarm. We're go, same type, we're go.
2,000 feet. 2,000 feet. Into the ag. 47 degrees.
Roger.
37 degrees.
Eagle looking great, your go.
Altitude 1600. 1400 feet, still looking very good.
Roger, 1202, we copy it.
35 degrees. 35 degrees. 750, coming down to 23. 700 feet, 21 down. 33 degrees. 100 feet, down at 19. 540 feet, down at 30. Down at 15. At 400 feet, down at 9. Gate forward. 1050 feet, down at 4. 36.5 down. They're pegged on horizontal velocity. 300 feet down, 3.5. 47 forward. On 1.5 down. 70. Got the shadow up there. 50 down at 2.5. 19 forward. Altitude, velocity, light. 3.5 down. 220 feet. 13 forward. 11 forward, coming down nicely. 200 feet. 4.5 down. 5.5 down. 660, 6.5 down. 5.5 down. 9 forward. 20 feet. 100 feet, 3.5 down. 9 forward. 5%. 185. 75 feet. Starts looking good. Down a half. 6 forward.
60 seconds.
Lights on. Down 2.5. Forward. Forward. 40 feet down 2.5. Picking up some dust. 30 feet, 2.5 down. Straight shadow. 4 forward. 4 forward, drift into the right a little. Down a half.
30 seconds.
Forward drift. Contact light. Okay, engine stop. ATA at a descent. Mode control both auto. Descent engine command override off. Engine arm off. Port 13 is in.
We copy you down, Eagle.
Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
I'm at the foot of the ladder. The LEM footbeds are only depressed in the surface about 1 or 2 inches, although the surface appears to be very, very fine-grained as you get close to it. It's almost like a powder. Ground mass is very fine. I'm going to step off the LEM now. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. As the surface is fine and powdery, I can pick it up loosely with my toe. It does adhere in fine layers, like powdered charcoal, to the sole and sides of my boot. only go in a small fraction of an inch, maybe an eighth of an inch, but I can see the footprints of my boots and the treads and the fine sandy particles.
Neil, this is Houston. We're copying.
There seems to be no difficulty in moving around as we suspected. It's even perhaps easier than the simulations of 16G that we performed in various simulations on the ground. Absolutely no trouble to walk around. Beautiful view. Isn't that something? Magnificent sight out here. Magnificent desolation. Are you getting a TV picture now, Houston?
Neil, yes, we are getting a TV picture. Neil, this is Houston. We're getting a picture. You're not in at the present time. We can see the bag on the LEC being moved by Buzz, though. Here you come into our field of view.
My pocket open, Buzz?
Yes, it is. It's not up against your suit, though. Hit it back once more. More toward the inside. Okay, that's good. Tranquility Base, this is Houston. Could we get both of you on the camera for a minute, please?
Be advised that a lot of the rock samples out here, the hard rock samples, have what appear to be vesicles in the surface.
Houston, roger out.
Okay, it's quite dark here in the shadow and a little hard for me to see that I have good footing. I'll work my way over into the sunlight here without looking directly into the sun.
Oh, that looks beautiful from here, Neil.
It has a stark beauty all its own. It's like much of the high desert of the United States. It's different, but it's very pretty out here.
I want to back up and partially close the hatch. Making sure not to lock it on my way out. It's a little difficult to dig through the initial crust.
Very interesting. It's a very soft surface, but here and there where I plug with the contingency sample collector, I run into very hard surface, but it appears to be very cohesive material of the same sort. them out of your field of view. Is that right now, Houston? That's affirmative, Buzz. Something interesting in the bottom of this little crater here. The descent engine did not leave a crater of any size. It has about 1 foot clearance on the ground. We're essentially on a very level place here. I can see some evidence of rays emanating from the descent engine, but very insignificant amount.
This is the solar wind composition experiment. The Sun continually emits a flux of electrically charged particles into space. This is termed the solar wind. The Earth's magnetic field prevents these charged particles from reaching the Earth's surface, although in the Earth's polar regions, these particles can reach the upper part of the atmosphere, causing auroras.
Okay, Houston, I'm going to change lenses on you.
The Lunar Flag Assembly, or LFA, was a kit containing a flag of the United States, designed to be planted by astronauts on the Moon during the Apollo program. 7 such flag assemblies were sent to the Moon, 6 of which were planted, the exception being the one carried on Apollo 13, which had to abort its landing due to a serious spacecraft failure.
Okay, Buzz, we ready to bring down the camera? I'm all ready. I think it's 2 miles squared away in good shape. Okay. I'll step out and take some of my first pictures here. Roger, Neil, we're reading you loud and clear. Let's see, getting some pictures and the contingency sample. Neil, this is Houston. Did you copy about the contingency sample? Over. All right, you're going to get to that just as soon as I finish these picture series. Something interesting in the bottom of this little crater here.
Why did that invoke such an emotional response?
Well, I mean, growing up as a kid, as most kids, I always wanted to be an astronaut.
I'd like to evaluate the various paces that a person can traveling on the surface. Neil, this is Houston, radio check, over. Hi, Roger. Houston, loud and clear. Roger out. Loud and clear, Houston. Roger, Buzz. The surface material outer east. I don't know how good your lens is, but if you can touches above. Neil, this is Houston. Based on your camera transfer with the LEC, do you foresee any difficulties in SRC transfer, over? Difficulties in SR? Negative. start to lose my balance in one direction, and recovery is quite natural and very easy. And moving your arms around. Jack doesn't go off the surface. Not quite that light-footed. You have to be careful that you're leaning in the direction you want to go, otherwise you slightly inebriated. In other words, you have to cross your foot over to stay underneath where your center of mass is. Is now unveiling the plaque that is. For those who haven't read the plaque, Tranquility Base, Houston. Roger, go ahead. Roger, our guidance recommendation is pings, and you're cleared for takeoff. Roger, understand. We're number one on the runway. Roger. Proceed. Beautiful. 26, 36 feet per second up. 5 to the pitch over. Very smooth. Balance jump long. Very quiet ride. There's that one crater on there. 1,000 feet high, 80 feet per second vertical rise. Here you go, Houston. Request manual start override. Roger. 2,600 feet altitude. Here you go, Houston. You're looking good to us. Houston, we got the service module going by. Oh, roger, thank you. And it's rotating just like it should be. Thrusters are firing. 800 nautical miles high. Velocity 33,000 feet per second.
Houston, we'll have you for about 3 more minutes through Redstone and then pick you up after blackout through Orion. Roger. Guidance reports Apollo 11 right down the middle of the corridor. And 11 Houston, you're going over the hill there shortly. You're looking mighty fine to us. See you later.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal, before this decade is out, of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the Earth. No single space project in this period will be more impressive to mankind or more important for the long-range exploration of space, and none will be so difficult or expensive to accomplish.
Apollo 11, Houston through Orion. Apollo 11, Houston, and the blind air boss has a visual contact. Apollo 11, Houston, standing by for your disk reading, over.